Hello. I hope everybody is well today and looking forward to the holiday this week. And I know what you're thinking. Cindy looks really different today. That's because this is my husband, Greg Turnquist, filling in for Cindy as my producer today because Cindy is not here today, as you can see, because of the holiday and she has family in town. So, hi, Cindy. Hope you're out there. Hope you're having fun. Actually, I hope you're not watching this live. I hope you're enjoying your family. But we certainly have the blue cam, and he is just over there. Oh, I just managed to cut his head off there. He is just napping away. The Some of you may remember we actually got a puppy, and the puppy has worn Blue out every day. So Blue always has done a lot of snoozing, but even more so lately when he snoozes, he's like out. But I should go ahead and welcome you to Monday Musings. My name is Sara R. Turnquist. There's the blue cam. Again, my name is Sara R. Turnquist, and I am a clean historical romance author. And I just love spending this time with you all. Today, we're going to talk about surviving in the thick of it. And I have three different areas that I am surviving and hopefully thriving here lately. First of all, I want to talk about writing goals. This is the month, November is the month that traditionally we have a push to write a novel in the month of November. But this year, instead of doing NaNoWriMo, I am doing the Sarah Cannon or Heart Breathing's Rough Draft Challenge. And so my goal has been 40,000 words, which I am actually like 10,000 words shy of that. Look at my coffee beans. And for those of you that don't remember these coffee beans, these are actually beads, but they look like coffee beans, just perfect for me, right? But for every 200 words I write, I move a coffee bean from my storage little cup into my completed words cup. So it's been fun to watch that grow every day as I write words. And so if you are doing a writing challenge this month, please drop in the comments or send me a note about how it's going for you. Are you making your goal happen? Have you encountered some challenges this month that have made you reevaluate your goal? What is happening with you writing wise? Or my reader friends, have you found a holiday book that you are enjoying? Are you getting some time to read in? Especially as school breaks are coming up this week. Some people have the whole week off in their schools, and our kids will have off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So, we're looking forward to that. But that actually moves me into the next area that we're kind of surviving or thriving, if you will, is with the holiday plans. I do hope that you have some plans to spend time with family and friends this week, whether that's having a big meal or just getting together and being thankful and grateful for each other's presence in your life. I really do hope that you have that moment. But for those of you that have families, like I do, with kids that are young, middle-aged, older, it becomes a whole other ball game preparing for the holidays. So not only have I been looking at preparing for Thanksgiving food-wise, the dishes that I've been assigned to bring to the meal, I've also been looking at Christmas time. Greg and I, hi Greg again. You can't hardly see him, but he's actually right there behind me. Oh, here's my office rearrangement. Y'all haven't seen this yet. Hopefully next time I can prepare some pictures to put up so that you can see what it looks like from different angles. But at any rate, we are preparing food wise, as I mentioned, but also Greg and I have been looking at gifting for the holidays. We always try to sit down at the end of November, at the end of October, so that we can spread out our purchases throughout November and then have everything done by the beginning of December. And I really have enjoyed that. I have liked that, and it has led to less stress in our life as far as like, is it going to get here on time? Can we find this gift? So it has accomplished that, but it has also put less stress on any one paycheck or on our bank account at any one time. So it serves both purposes. I have really enjoyed a lady named Casey. Her channel is called Anchored Women, and she does a lot of great holiday planning, holiday preparations, thinking about the traditions that are important to you, the things that you generally do during the holiday season. What did you do last year that you enjoyed? What did you do last year that didn't work for your family? And so looking ahead to the calendar and making sure you schedule in the things that you absolutely want to have done. So we are trying to do that. And I talked about not wanting to be anxiously awaiting anything, but we have decided for Tuesday, when our kids get home from school, to have a movie afternoon set up for them to usher in the holiday season. So we're going to do one of those things where you have the air mattresses, the twin size air mattress with pillows and a little tent and a snack box for them with candy and popcorn and drink and all that, so that when they get home from school, they can drop their backpacks, get into their lounge clothes, and we'll all enjoy a holiday movie together that afternoon. And so I am super I am super excited about that. And I hope that you have fun things planned like that. The holiday tradition that I am most excited about, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I keep saying it like I do, is called Jólabókaflóð. And it is an Icelandic tradition where the people will exchange books on Christmas Eve. Now, in our family, Christmas Eve is when we exchange our gifts for each other. So we have moved our Jólabókaflóð to our Jólabókaflóð, or however you say it, to the 22nd. No, the 23rd. It's the 24th is Christmas Eve. Get it together, Sarah. And so that evening, we open our books for each other. Thank you. We open our books for each other and we just sit. We turn the fireplace on and we have hot chocolate and we just sit around the living room and read. And it is just the most precious thing to me. My kids have all inherited my love of reading, and Greg likes to read too. I'm not saying that they get it just from me, but I like to think they get that especially deep love of reading from their mama. But we all sit around and read, and it is just precious and wonderful. And Blue will get something to read as well, or chew. You decide. But he'll sit with us and he'll probably do this. This is probably exactly what he looks like. Yes, thank you, Kim. Blue is very energetic. And so he gets really energetic, though, when he sees a treat. Got to be careful about saying that because he can get very excitable when he hears that word, smells them, sees them. So the last thing I wanted to chat about, now that we've chatted a little bit about holiday planning, I wanted to talk about family commitments. Now, some of that falls in with the holiday planning. We all have family or friend connections that put expectations on us in the holiday season, but also those times when we have to push through for the sake of our family. This last week, Greg was out of town. Sad face, I know. He was out of town for a work thing. And so it was me and the kids, and Cindy came over to help as much as she possibly could, which was such a godsend. But it seemed like this past week that everything that could go wrong did. And that happens when one of us is out of town. But one of the reasons that not one of the reasons, the reason that we had to delay or cancel last week's Monday Musings was because I had to take two of my children to the doctor. So we ended up with some tummy issues. We've ended up with two of the kids having some viral and respiratory stuff going on and bacterial, and it's just been a week. So, but I'm very thankful that I'm doing well, that Greg's doing well, and that my third child didn't actually get anything from the sickness in the house. Yay me for sanitizing throughout the week, right? But there were times, and those of you out there that have followed me on YouTube, you know that I have struggled and continue to struggle with a mood disorder that is harder at times, especially during the winter season, because I do struggle with SAD, seasonal affective disorder. But there were times last week when it just got overwhelming. I got anxious, I got a little depressed because I was just overwhelmed and overstimulated. Any mamas out there understand what I'm talking about? And so I really wanted to throw in the towel. But as you mamas also know, that it's not really possible to do that when you're taking care of your children and you don't have your other half there. So you have to push through and you have to show up and you have to be there, even though you don't feel like it. But there were certainly spaces when my kids were doing other things or when they had screen time that I just sat and did nothing. And it was kind of hard for me a little bit to not be up doing the dishes or to not be running a load of laundry, to keep up with everything. But I think it is super important, mamas and dads out there, that when we're in that situation where we become overwhelmed and we become overstressed and overstimulated, that we take a minute for us. Sometimes it's only going to be a minute, but that minute to just sit and rest and be quiet can help you make it through the rest of the day with your sanity, right? So I encourage you to not feel guilty, which is a really big order, right? Not only is it a big, tall order to not do the things, but to sit and rest, but also to not feel guilty about it, because you are important. You are an important member of your family and of your friend group. And it is so important that we take that time for ourselves so that we can pour out to our family and friends, because we won't have anything to give if we don't take that time for ourselves. And so I strongly encourage you to just get those pockets of time. And especially parents and caregivers that have little bitties, it's all the more important because they are so energetic and they rarely, I remember those days, they rarely have downtime. And so when my kids would have downtime and have quiet time, I would look like Blue does right now. Yeah, that's what I would look like, just out. He is so precious. All right. Well, please do feel free to drop in the comments or let me know how your November writing goals are going. And I am super excited. Last week, I did not think that this goal was going to happen for me, but now that I'm 10,000 words away, I think I can do it. And so I'm super excited. Cheer me on. Be excited for me. And I will see you next Monday.